Hi students, good afternoon to all. So in last lecture, we have derived this equation for the uh, finding metacentric height by using analytical method. So in today's lecture, we will see the how to find out the metacentric height by using experimental method, and we are going to solve the problem based upon it. Also, we are going to see what are the various stability conditions for floating body as well as for the submerged bodies. Okay, so just in the last lecture, we have derived this equation for the metacentric height, that is gm is equal to Iyy. So this is nothing but this Iyy is nothing but it is the moment of inertia about this centroidal axis, right? Moment of inertia of what? Moment of inertia of this area. हा जो एरिया आहे त्या एरियाचा मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया अबाउट द सेंट्रोइडल ऍक्सिस इज नथिंग बट Iyy. Then this V is nothing but it is the volume of water or liquid displaced by the object floating body. Okay, so that is nothing but this is Y. And what is this Bz? Bz is nothing but you can see here in the diagram, this is the distance between the center of gravity and the center of buoyancy, right? So all these things we have seen in the last lecture. And how to find out this Bz also we have discussed. We have written the formula here, capital H by 2 minus small h by 2. With this formula we can find the value of Bz, right? So let us solve one problem and then we will see the analytical, that experimental method for finding the metacentric height. Let us write down the formula problem. A rectangular pontoon. Pontoon means a floating body or floating object. A rectangular pontoon is 5 meter long, 3 meter wide, and 1.2 meter high. A rectangular pontoon is 5 meter long, 3 meter wide, and 1.2 meter high. So how we can draw the diagram for this particular object? In the plan, this object will look like this. The length is given here 5 meter, width is given 3 meter, right? And in front view, this object will look like a rectangle of 3 meter width and 1.2 meter high, right? This is the height. Then depth of immersion of the pontoon is 0.8 meter in the seawater. So this pontoon, it is floating in the seawater and its depth of immersion, it is given as 0.8. Now here you might have got the clarity about the notation here. So capital H will be equal to here now 1.2 meter and small h it is equal to 0.8 meter. Okay, if the CZ is 0.6 meter, what obvious the rectangle object is there, the CZ will be at the half of the distance from the base, so it will be here at the 0.6 meter. Okay, so that will be the point Z. You can write down the notation, and B will be somewhere here above the bottom of the pontoon. Determine the metacentric height. We have to find out what is Gm. M will be either above the Z or it may be the below Z. We don't know exact where the location of the M is. Okay, so we have to find out what is that distance. If this Gm distance it come positive, then we can say that this M is above Z. जो M आहे तो हा either it may be within the body or it may be above the body. somewhere like this. And if the value of gm comes negative, then we can say that the position of this m is below z. Okay, तो काय असेल m ची पोझिशन below z असेल. Okay, so this thing just keep in mind. Here we have to find out what is the value of determine the metacentric height. The density of sea water is 1025 kg per meter cube. Generally, we take the density of water as 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, but here the density has been taken like this. What is the reason behind that? Because sea water, it contains large amount of salts. Okay, mineral salts are there, and because of this dissolved salts, the density of sea water is somewhat more as compared to the fresh water. Okay, so this is the problem up to this. Okay, now you might have drawn the diagram or not. If it is not, then you can draw the diagram. Just I have drawn. Drawing the correct diagram is very important here, because if you draw the diagram wrongly, then your problem may go wrong. You may find the value of that IYY in the wrong manner. So that drawing the correct diagram is very important. Now here, I will hide this portion. For understanding it in a better way. What is the formula to find out the metacentric height? Metacentric height Gm is equal to IYY divided by volume of water displaced by the object minus Bg, right? So here we should know all these values. Then we can find out what is the value of Gm. Okay. So now how to find out this volume of water displaced by the object? So they have given us the dimensions of the object, floating body, that is pontoon, and also they have given the depth of immersion. So from this data given, can anyone tell me what will be the volume of water displaced? कोण सांगू शकेल का? Volume of water displaced किती असेल? Yes, anyone? कोण सांगेल?
12 meter cube.
12 meter cube. How it come?
0.8 into 5 into 3.
Okay, 5 into 3 into 0.8. 5 into 3 into 0.8 is equal to 12 meter cube. Correct. See here, other students, how she found this volume, 12 meter cube, volume of the water displaced by the object. See, the volume of water displaced by the object, it will have the same area in the plan. Plan मतलब त्याचा area same असेल, right? जो आपण पाहिलेला आहे. This is the rectangle having length 5 meter and width 3 meter, but the height will be equal to the 0.8, because that much only portion it is immersed, right? तेवढाच portion पाण्यामध्ये बुडलेला आहे. How much? It is 0.8 meter. They have given the depth of immersion of the pontoon 0.8 meter. So this 0.8, this height multiplied by this dimensions or the area in the plan, that is 3 by 5. This will be 15 meter square. This 15 meter square multiplied by 0.8, you will get here 12 meter cube as the volume of water displaced by this pontoon, right? So here we got the volume of water displaced by the pontoon. Next thing we need to find out is IYY and BZ. Now, who will tell me what will be the value of BZ? What is the formula here that we have used? We have written. Yes, anyone? BZ is equal to
capital H by 2 minus small h by 2.
correct. Capital H by 2 minus small h by 2. Then now tell me, who will tell what is this capital H and what is small h? Yes. What is capital H?
Capital H is height of the object and small h is object immersed in the liquid.
Correct. So what is the height of object? It is 1.2 meter divided by 2 minus what is small h? It is the depth of immersion. It is given 0.8 divided by 2. So here we can simplify it. 0.6 minus 0.4, you will get here 0.2 meter will be the value of BZ. Are you getting my point? How it has come? So yesterday we have written this formula: BZ is equal to h by 2 minus small h by 2. If you want to know it once again, I will repeat it how that formula has come. See, this is the position of Z and this is the position of B, and let us say the point O is on the bottom of the object, right? So here BZ is nothing but it is BZ is equal to OZ minus OB, right? But what is OZ? OZ is nothing but it is the distance of Z from O. But what is the distance of Z from O? It is nothing but it is half of the total height of the object. So instead of this here, what is the total height here? Capital H. So I can write here capital H by 2. And what is OZ? OB? OB is nothing but this B is nothing but it is the center of buoyancy for the submerged portion or the liquid displaced by volume of water displaced by the object as a center of gravity. So the depth of immersion is nothing but it is small h. If we take the half of this, then you will get the position of B from the bottom of the object. So here, that's why we write here small h by 2, right? So here we have put these values and we got BZ is equal to 0.2 meter. Okay, everyone got this point, or is there any doubt? Yes. Next thing is how to find IYY. Why? What is this IYY? It is the moment of inertia or MI about the centroidal axis y dash y. Right? Now in the plan, I can write here in plan. So in the plan, what is the y direction? It is the longer side y, right? And its moment of inertia of what? Moment of inertia of this area. That's a moment of inertia about this centroidal axis that we need to find out. So this is the length. Longer side is represented by letter length, and shorter side we can represent it by letter B. Now tell me what will be the formula for IYY? Longer side L multiplied by longer side or parallel side, the side which is parallel, L into the perpendicular side to the axis, that is B, त्याचा cube,
Cube
right?
divided by
Divided by 12, right? So this formula we have to use here. So use this formula and find out what is the value of IYY. What is the L? L is nothing but it is 5 meter. So 5 multiplied by B is 3. 3 is a cube divided by 12 is equal to, what is the value? 5 into 3 cube divided by 12. How much it has come? 11.25. Unit meter is to 4. Okay. This is the value of IYY. Now put these values in this formula. You will get direct the value of metacentric height. What is the metacentric height here? So IYY has come 11.25 divided by, what is the volume of water displaced? It is 12 minus BZ. How much it is? 0.2 is equal to, solve it now, divided by 12 minus 0.2. It has come how much?
0.7375.
7375 meter. From where? It is the distance between Z and M, right? So, and this value has come positive. It means that M is above Z. So this is the Z. M will be somewhere here, or it may be out of this body. Okay, and this will be the position of M. So now here the value has come 0.73, and half of the H, capital H, is 0.6. So here from we can definitely say that this M is above Z. Also, it is out of the body. Okay, the body outside like current Z2 up to this height, it is 0.6 meter. Okay, and we have got here this value as a 0.73. So definitely this M will be above this out of this figure or object. Okay, by how much amount? So if you subtract 0.6 from this, you will get the answer to this question. That is 0.1375. So it is not asked us to find out the whether it is outside the body or not, but just for your information, I am telling this thing to you. Okay. So everyone understood this? Is there any doubt in this? How we have solved this problem? So let us check the answer. You can see there 0.7375 is the answer for this particular question. I think everyone has understood the problem. So now we will see the next theory part, that is how to find metacentric height by using experimental method, or how to derive this equation for finding the metacentric height practically. Whatever the formula we have used has been derived by this method, experimental method, and we have used that formula to find out the metacentric height of a floating body. Right. So you can see there on the screen, there is a floating body. Okay, or you can say vessel, floating vessel. Okay. The points have been shown there. Z is shown, then B is shown, where capital G is nothing but it is the center of gravity of that floating vessel, and capital B is nothing but it is the center of buoyancy. Okay, for that particular floating body. And then again, on the top of the body, you can see there is a small weight is provided, which has the value of W1. This is the small weight which has been shown here on the at the center of this object. But if I move this object from this center line to the one of the extreme side of the object or this vessel, which is at a distance of x meter, okay, then what is going to happen? As this object is symmetric, if we put this weight, unbalanced weight, on one of its side of this floating vessel, this is going to tilt on one side. If we put this weight on the right side, then the floating vessel, it will tilt on the right side. Okay, because of this unbalancing weight, which is shifted here from the center line to the this point. Okay, by a distance of x meter. Then what is going to happen? The position of z as well as position of b is going to change. Okay, why this position of z will change? Because this weight, it has been shifted from the center line to this point. So the position of z is also going to change. G will change to z1. Okay, center of gravity will move here. Also, the buoyant force, the center of buoyancy, it is also going to shift from b to b1, because as this object has been tilted, then you can see the shape of the volume of water displaced, it has been changed. Okay, अगोदर शेप कसा होता पाण्याचा, असा होता. मग ह्याचा सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी जो लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस केलेला आहे त्याचा सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी इट वॉज हिअर, बट नाव द शेप ऑफ द वॉटर which is displaced by this object, it has changed, and eventually it is going to change the center of gravity of this submerged portion, and it is shifted to this point b1. And this point b1, buoyant force, it always acts in upward direction, vertically upward direction, and it always pass through the metacenter. Okay, it crosses the normal axis. Okay, the point at which the line of action of this buoyant force meets the normal axis of the body, that point is called as the metacenter. You have seen this thing in the definition of metacenter, right? Now the couple, that moment is going to form because of this shifting, this weight which is acting in downward direction. Okay, this will form a moment. Okay, it has shifted from this point to this point, so the distance between these two is x. Okay, या दोन्हीतलं अंतर किती आहे? X आहे. So the moment caused by this this w1 is nothing but it is w1 into, you can write, x. Similarly, the moment will be caused because of the shifting of this z, center of gravity, from z to z1. Okay, and that will be the total weight of the object including this weight. Okay, हे याच्यावरतीच वेट असल्यामुळे त्याला आपण इन्क्लूड करून या ठिकाणी लिहू शकतो. This w multiplied by z into z1, it has been shifted from z to z1, right, and it is acting in downward direction. So this moment caused by the shifting of the w1, and this moment caused by the shifting of this z to z1, both are equal. Okay, हे दोन्ही कसे असतात? इक्वल असतात. And we are going to equate these two, and we will get the value for gm. आपल्याला काय फाइंड आउट करायचं याच्यामध्ये? We are interested in finding the value of gm, that is nothing but metacentric height. Okay, the distance between gm is nothing but it is metacentric height. Okay, now let us see the derivation of this. Now you can see here the weight w is moved across the vessel toward the right through a distance x as shown in figure. Then the vessel will be tilted because of this unbalancing weight. The vessel, the floating vessel, it is going to tilt it. Okay, then it will be tilted by an angle of theta. This theta, it can be measured. How we can measure this theta angle? With the help of plumb line. Plumb bob, you might have learned plumb bob in the first year of engineering in basic civil engineering, right? What is plumb bob? Plumb bob is nothing but it is small heavy weight which is attached to the thread. Okay, and it always points toward the center of earth, center of gravity of the earth. Okay, and this thread or this line it represent, it is called as the plumb line. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? Plumb line. The weight of any object, for example, now here about the ship, this floating vessel or the ship, the z has been shifted from this to this point. This always points toward the center of earth. So if we put a plumb bob here, from here to here, this is going to show you the line of action of the weight. The object is a weight, line of the force of this weight it will show. Okay, and this line and this line, it will create an angle. This can be measured with the help of protractor. Okay, the plumb line, the angle made by this normal axis and this plumb line, it can be measured with the help of protractor. Just you have seen in the practical how this angle is measured. Okay, so this theta can be measured there. The new center of gravity of the vessel is shifted to Z1 as the weight W1 has been shifted, moved toward the right. Also, the center of buoyancy will change from B to B1. Okay, as vessel is tilted. Under the equilibrium condition, the moment caused by the movement of W1. Okay, W1 shift झाल्यामुळे त्या ठिकाणी जो moment create झालेला आहे is equal to the moment caused by the shift of the center of gravity from Z to Z1. हे Z to Z1 center of gravity shift झाला म्हणजे काय? Total weight it is going to act from the Z1 now, not from the Z, and that weight is nothing but it is the force, and that force multiplied by the distance shifted G to Z1, that is nothing but it is the moment caused by the shifting of the center of gravity. Okay, so we can equate these two. Now here the moment due to the change of Z to Z1, it can be written as W into Z to Z1. Okay, now this Z1 it can be written as Zm tan theta. Okay, just in the last lecture we have seen that similarly here also, if I draw a line here, perpendicular line here up to this, opposite side divided by adjacent side, you will get here tan theta. Tan theta will be equal to Z1 divided by Zm. So if I take this Zm there, then you will get Z1 is equal to Zm tan theta. So we can write, instead of Z1, we can write Zm tan theta, right? So same thing, it has been written here. Instead of Z1, they have written Zm tan theta, and this weight W as it is. Next thing, moment due to the movement of weight W1. आता हे W1 इथून इथं शिफ्ट झालेलं आहे, त्याच्यामुळे क्रिएट झालेला जो मोमेंट आहे, हाउ टू फाइंड आउट that is weight W1, that is weight force W1 multiplied by the distance x. You will get here the moment due to the movement of this weight W1. Now both are equal, they are same, so we can write the equation here and equate it. W1 x equal to this W Zm tan theta, and therefore Zm is equal to W1 x, okay, divided by W tan theta, right? What is this W1? It is the small weight that has been attached to that ship. What is this W? This W is nothing but it is the total weight including this W1. In the practical formula you might have written here W plus W1, okay, in bracket. Okay, means both weights are we have to consider here in the W, and this angle tan theta. Okay, this is the formula that we have derived here for finding the metacentric height. Okay, so now you can note it down in your notebook. If you don't have any doubt, write on the title. Is there any doubt to anyone? Then I can explain it once again if you don't understand it. Anyone having any doubt in the derivation of this experimental method for metacentric height? Yes. I think no one has any doubt. Okay, this is being recorded, and you can watch this derivation, whatever the explanation I have given afterwards also. Okay, by clicking on the link which has been given to you in the teaching diary. So write on the title, experimental method. Experimental method. You can draw these diagrams, floating body and tilted body. Floating body and tilted body. Is it over? Then directly write down this formula. Derivation is there in the PPT as well as on the videos. But here, just write down this formula. Gm is equal to W1x upon capital W tan theta. Is it over? Here, while solving problems, we are not going to use this formula. Okay, theory मधले जे problems आहेत, most of the problems we are going to solve by using the formula which we have derived in the analytical method. We have used this formula while performing the practical. Okay, so this formula may not be that much useful in the problem solving. So let us move ahead. Next theory point about this is this metacenter and buoyancy is stability conditions of submerged and floating body. Okay, so we are going to see these stability conditions for the submerged bodies as well as floating bodies, right? First we will see the stability conditions for the submerged bodies. These stability conditions for the submerged and floating bodies, these are dependent on the relative positions of center of gravity, then center of buoyancy and metacenter. Okay, when body is floating, जर body floating condition मध्ये असेल, then in that case the stability condition, it will be observed or it can be obtained by this relation between these two, or the relative position of center of gravity and metacenter. If the body is submerged, the body is completely submerged, in that case the stability conditions of that submerged body will be obtained or will be known from the relative positions of the Z and B. So what is the meaning of this relative position of ZB or ZM? It means that what is the position of B with respect to Z, whether it is below Z or it is above Z. Okay, this B, and relative position of the Z and M means whether M is below Z or whether M is above Z. So that is the meaning of this relative position of this object, these points. Okay, this relative position of this B Z and BM, it determines the stability conditions of the floating and submerged bodies. So first we will think about the stability conditions of a submerged body. Okay, when we can say that. So again, what are the various stability conditions? There are three stability conditions. First one is called as the stable equilibrium. Second one, unstable equilibrium. And last one is the neutral equilibrium. Okay, या 3 condition आहेत. For these 3 conditions, the position of BZ and MZ, it will be different. Okay, what will be the position of BZ and MZ for the stable condition? For this and for this, that we are going to study in details with the example. Okay, how we can say that whether any floating object or submerged object is in stable equilibrium, or it is in unstable equilibrium, or it is in neutral equilibrium. कसं आपण त्या ठिकाणी म्हणू शकतो? It depends upon the position of this M and Z, and why it is dependent on that. That explanation also we are going to see in coming slides. Okay, first of all, here we are seeing here the stability conditions of submerged bodies. Okay, एखाद्या लिक्विड मध्ये किंवा एखाद्या फ्लुइड मध्ये एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट जर बुडालेला असेल कम्प्लिटली, देन त्या केसमध्ये तो ऑब्जेक्ट स्टेबल आहे का अनस्टेबल आहे ते आपण कसं फाइंड आउट करणार? फॉर एक्झाम्पल, पाण्यामध्ये सबमरीन असेल समुद्रामध्ये, यू माइट हॅव हर्ड अबाउट द सबमरीन. सबमरीन म्हणजे काय म्हणतो आपण सबमरीन म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये?
पाणबुडी.
पाणबुडी, करेक्ट. पाणबुडी जी असते, युद्धनौका किंवा पाणबुडी जे समुद्राच्या पाण्यात खाली असते. इट इज नॉट ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द वॉटर, ओशन. ओके, इट इज मेनी किलोमीटर्स बिलो the water surface. Now here also we can find out this is now completely submerged object. Okay, now whether it is in stable equilibrium, or whether it is unstable equilibrium, or whether it is in neutral equilibrium, we can find by knowing the position of B and Z. या दोन पॉइंटची पोझिशन जर आपल्याला माहित असतील तर आपण हे सांगू शकतो whether this submarine is in stable or unstable equilibrium. So now with an example of balloon, we will understand that what is the stable, unstable and neutral equilibrium. So in this diagram you can see all these 3 equilibrium conditions have been shown here. Figure A, it shows the stable equilibrium. Figure B, it shows the unstable equilibrium, and figure C, it shows the neutral equilibrium. Why this figure A is given as or stapled here the name as stable equilibrium? So for that purpose we should understand the mechanism behind this. Say this is the balloon. This balloon is under in the air. Okay, air is one kind of fluid. We have studied that types of the fluid. So air is one kind of fluid, and as air is fluid, we can say that any object in the air surrounding us, it is submerged in the fluid or submerged in the air. Okay, even our whole body, we as a human being, an object, we are submerged in the fluid, that is air. एअर मध्ये आपण त्या ठिकाणी सबमर्ज कंडिशन मध्ये आहोत असं आपण त्या ठिकाणी म्हणू शकतो. Now you can see this is the balloon up to this, and this balloon has been attached with a small weight. या बलूनच्या बॉटमला तुम्ही जर पाहिलं तर या ठिकाणी एक वेट अटॅच केलेला आहे. ओके, and because of this weight, what has happened, the CG of this balloon, it has been shifted. हा या ठिकाणी आलेला आहे. Originally it may be somewhere here, but now the CG of the balloon has been shifted down, and this center of buoyancy, it is here. Okay, म्हणजेच काय, हा G खाली आलेला आहे आणि हा B वरती गेलेला आहे. We know that this G is nothing but it is the CG of the object, and the weight of the whole object, it always act through the center of gravity. And what is the center of buoyancy? We know that this buoyant force always acts through the center of buoyancy. So here we can represent, we can show this arrow that represents the center, this buoyant force, and this arrow, it shows the weight of the balloon, including this weight. Okay, now in this particular condition, now how much weight we have attached to here, to this particular balloon. बलून जर आपण फक्त त्याच्यामध्ये हवा भरली, फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण त्याच्यामध्ये जर नायट्रोजन भरला, तर तो काय होईल, या ठिकाणी वरती जायला लागेल, बिकॉज दॅट एअर इज अ व्हेरी इनर्ट. हेलियम जर आपण याच्यामध्ये भरला असेल तर ती लाईट असतो खूप, आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं, त्याची डेन्सिटी खूप कमी असल्यामुळे तो वरती जायला लागेल तो बलून. ओके, म्हणजेच काय, त्याच्यामध्ये बुॉयंट फोर्स जास्त आहे आणि बलूनचं वेट कमी असतो, त्यामुळे ते वरती जायला लागेल. पण आपण काय केलं, जेवढा बुॉयंट फोर्स आहे तेवढाच त्याच्यामध्ये वेट आपण खाली अटॅच केलेला आहे. ओके, हे जे अटॅच केलेलं आपण वेट आहे, हे वेट, दिस वेट इज नथिंग बट दिस वेट इज total weight. Capital W is the total weight, including this weight as well as weight of the balloon, and this capital W is equal to this FB. Now we can say that there is a equilibrium. Okay, equilibrium condition या ठिकाणी आलेली आहे. Okay, means this balloon is neither going in upward direction nor this balloon is going in downward direction. Okay, now this balloon is in equilibrium condition, but we don't know whether it is in stable equilibrium or it is in unstable equilibrium, but just we can say that it is in equilibrium because the upward force is equal to the downward acting force. Okay, now if I give a small angular displacement or tilt in clockwise direction, मी काय करतो, ह्याला बोटाने या ठिकाणी थोडासा मी याला धक्का दिला या साईडला, then what is going to happen, this balloon is going to tilt in clockwise direction. balloon काय होईल, या ठिकाणी clockwise direction मध्ये tilt होईल, and because of this clockwise direction या ठिकाणी एक मोमेंट क्रिएट झालेला आहे. ओके, आपण या ठिकाणी जर्क दिलता, and because of this there was a movement in this clockwise direction, right? Then what is going to happen, because of the change in this what you can say alignment of the balloon, the CG as well as this buoyant force in earlier condition, they were in the same line, they were on the same line, but now their position will change. Okay, this W will shift here, this G will shift here, and this B has been shifted here. Now this acting in this direction and this W is acting in this direction. Now if you look at these both forces are equal and opposite. One force is acting in downward and other force is acting in upward direction. If I extend the line like this and this up to this here, and the distance between them, there is a they are parallel to each other, so we can say that there is a formation of couple here. Okay, हा या ठिकाणी couple तयार झालेला आहे. And what is this characteristics of this couple, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, we will tell this. Whether this couple which is formed here, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise, correct. So this couple, it is anti-clockwise direction because this force is acting in this direction and this is acting in this direction. You can say that this is anti-clockwise direction, this is acting in anti-clockwise direction, right? So याच्यामुळे ह्या कपल मुळे या ठिकाणी तयार झालेला जो मुवमेंट आहे तो कसा ऍक्ट होणार आहे या ठिकाणी, अँटी क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन. आणि आपण दिलेला जो या ठिकाणी मुवमेंट होता तो कसा होता, क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन मध्ये. इथेही आपण त्याला जर्क दिला, बरोबर आहे. याचा जो मुवमेंट होता हा क्लॉकवाईज होता आणि या कपल मुळे तयार झालेला जो मुवमेंट आहे तो कसा आहे, अँटी क्लॉकवाईज आहे. या जो मुवमेंट आहे हा क्लॉकवाईज मुवमेंटमुळे या ठिकाणी अनस्टेबिलिटी आलेली होती. ओके, दिस बलून वॉज ट्राइंग टू मूव इन दिस क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन. या डायरेक्शन मध्ये तो त्या ठिकाणी अबाउट टू टर्न हा मूव होणार होता. बट दिस मुवमेंट ऑफ द बलून हॅज बीन बॅलन्स्ड. ओके, त्यांनी काय केलं, हा जो कपल आहे या कपल विच इज ऍक्टिंग इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन, यांनी काय केलं, याची मुवमेंट या ठिकाणी बॅलन्स केली आणि ह्या बलूनला परत काय केलं, या ठिकाणी ओरिजिनल पोझिशनला परत पाठवलं. ओके, सो this brings the balloon in original position, and this due to this we call this condition as a stable equilibrium. When we call the stable equilibrium, when after giving some unstable force, ओके, अनस्टेबल फोर्स जर याच्यावरती आपण जर अप्लाय केला आणि त्याच्यानंतर आफ्टर अप्लाइंग दिस अनस्टेबल फोर्स और डिस्टर्बिंग फोर्सेस ऑन दिस ऑब्जेक्ट, इफ इट इज रिटर्निंग टू इट्स ओरिजिनल पोजिशन, जर तो ओरिजिनल पोजिशनला परत येत असेल, देन वी कॅन से दॅट दिस इज अ स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम. ओके, अँड इफ दॅट ऑब्जेक्ट, इफ इट डू नॉट कम बॅक, if it does not come back to its original position, then we can say that it is in unstable equilibrium. Okay, now here let us see this figure number 2. Okay, figure B. Why it is called as the unstable equilibrium, that you will get idea about that. The same balloon, okay, I have inverted its position. Okay, means weight is now in upward direction, and this buoyant force, this G is in above the B. ओके, बी आता या ठिकाणी काय झालेलं आहे, खाली आलेला आहे आणि जीज वरती आलेला आहे. वाय द जीज बीन अपवर्ड, बिकॉज आपण हा उलटा केलेला आहे. ज्या ठिकाणी वेट जास्त असतं त्या साईडलाच हा जी शिफ्ट होतो, बरोबर आहे. सो जी इज नाव हिअर अँड बी इज हिअर, अँड नाव हिअर आय हॅव गिवन सम डिस्टर्बिंग मुवमेंट हिअर. ओके, त्याच्यावरती एक फोर्स अप्लाय केला, ज्याचा मुवमेंट आहे तो कोणत्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये ऍक्ट होणार आहे, क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन मध्ये. Now what is going to happen, this balloon will tilt in clockwise direction, आणि हा ज्यावेळेस टिल्ट होईल त्यावेळेस या ठिकाणी परत एक कपल तयार होईल. Now if you look at this couple, let me know from your side what is the direction of this couple, whether it is clockwise or it is anti-clockwise.
Clockwise.
It is acting in clockwise direction. Now tell me, this disturbing moment is also in clockwise direction, and the moment of this couple, okay, it is also in clockwise direction. Whether this balloon will return to its original position or not, are there any chances that balloon will come back to its original position? येईल का तो balloon?
No chance.
No, it will not come back, because there is no force or the couple which is acting in opposite direction to this particular force. हा जो मुवमेंट या ठिकाणी तयार झालेला आहे, या मुवमेंटला अपोज करण्यासाठी याच्या अपोजिट डायरेक्शन मध्ये किंवा अँटी क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन मध्ये या ठिकाणी कुठलाही मुवमेंट ऍक्ट होत नाहीये. हा जो या ठिकाणी कपल तयार झालेला आहे, या कपलचा मुवमेंट पण कसा ऍक्ट होणार आहे, क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन. दिस इज ऑल्सो क्लॉकवाईज अँड दिस इज ऑल्सो क्लॉकवाईज. सो देर इज अ नो any moment is there which is going to restore the original position of this balloon, and due to this balloon will not regain its original position, original here position back, and due to this condition is called as the unstable equilibrium. Okay, now here from these two particular conditions or situations we can conclude that if B is above Z, okay, G खाली आहे आणि B वरती आहे. If B is above Z, then we can say that this condition is stable equilibrium. Okay, and when B is below Z, हा G वरती आणि B खाली आहे, when B is below Z, we can say that this is the unstable equilibrium condition. Okay, या दोन गोष्टी आपल्याला या ठिकाणी लक्ष द्यायला. दिस इज अप्लिकेबल फॉर व्हॉट, फॉर दी सबमर्ज्ड बॉडीज. सबमर्ज्ड बॉडीच्या केसमध्ये वी आर टॉकिंग राईट नाव. फ्लोटिंग बॉडीज आपण नंतर बघणार आहोत. राईट नाव वी आर ऑब्झर्विंग, वी आर सेइंग टॉकिंग अबाउट द सबमर्ज्ड बॉडी. कशामध्ये सबमर्ज झालेली आहे, दिस बलून इज सबमर्ज इन द एअर, अँड दिस इज अप्लिकेबल टू ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ सबमर्ज्ड बॉडीज. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सबमरीन अंडर द ओशन. ओके, पाण्यामध्ये असलेली पाणबुडी. It is applicable to this also. Now third condition, if the B and G are at the same point, if they coincide, okay, म्हणजे काय, हे जे वेट आहे ते वेट मग आपण ह्या बलूनच्या आतमध्ये ठेवलं, हे वरती या ठिकाणी न लावता किंवा या ठिकाणी न लावता, जर आतमध्ये वेट असेल आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय होईल, मग बी आणि जी जर एकमेकांवरती ओव्हरलॅप होत असतील आणि जर मी या ठिकाणी जर्क दिला किंवा एखादा मुवमेंट आपण जर अप्लाय केला, then what is going to happen, this is not going to rotate in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. This is going to slide. या ठिकाणी काय होईल? Slide होईल. There will not be any kind of rotation. It will take place, and this condition is called as the neutral equilibrium. Okay, why it is called neutral equilibrium? Because the buoyant force which is acting in upward direction, Fb, it has been balanced by the weight, which is weight of this complete balloon. Okay, so this is equilibrium condition. This balloon is neither going in upward direction, this balloon is not going in downward direction. This is an equilibrium condition, and there is a no rotation of the balloon even after giving a disturbing force. Rather, this balloon is it is sliding, or it is being shifting from its position from one place to the another place. Okay, so this condition is called as the neutral equilibrium. Okay, now who will summarize the conditions of equilibrium for these submerged bodies? When we say the submerged body is in stable equilibrium, in terms of position of B and Z, you have to tell the answer. Yes, who will tell? When we say that the submerged body is in stable equilibrium, I want answer from your side. Just now, before few minutes, I have told everything. Yes, anyone? There is not a single person who is listening this lecture seriously.
Sir, buoyant force is above the center of gravity.
Okay. Sanket has given the correct answer to this. Okay. At least one student is there who is listening seriously the lecture. B is above Z. Okay. That center of buoyancy is above the center of gravity. Then we can say that it is the stable equilibrium. See, students, everything whatever is there in the syllabus or in our curriculum, I am trying to explain all the things in very details. Okay, so you may not find such kind of things that happens, this explanation with this much detail. Okay, in other colleges or somewhere. I am coming at your level, and I am trying to teach you all these things in very details. Okay, by taking this lot of time, I am putting my efforts here, but I am observing that you are not showing that much efforts from your side. Okay, this is not good for you. So once you miss this time, learning time, in the future, no one is going to teach you up to this much level, and you will understand the concept by investing more number of hours afterwards. Okay, जे तुम्हाला एक 10 मिनिटांमध्ये कन्सेप्ट समजणार आहे, 15 मिनिटांमध्ये समजणार आहे, तो समजून घेण्यासाठी तुम्हाला 1 तास लागेल नंतर कदाचित. Okay, so why to waste the time? But now anyway you are attending the lectures, you are there listening, you are using your data. Okay, investing your data here, investing your time. Why not to attend it seriously? Okay, so that is my only thing to tell you. And in earlier one of the lectures, I have told you to watch the speech of the Dr. Vittalrao Lahane. That story about kashi story hoti thi? Is anyone has seen that video? I think many students have given the review about that in long back. Sandhichi Ghost, that was the name of that video. And if you watch this, so most of the students may not behave like this irresponsible person. Okay, you will have somewhat maturity in you, and you will attend the lecture seriously and with responsibility. Right now, whatever you are doing, it is not a way of behaving in a responsible manner. I am asking you simple questions and no one is giving the answers to that, right? So it doesn't, what does it mean? It means that you are not attending the lecture seriously, right? You are just doing, wasting your time. You are making others fool, to your teachers, to your parents. Okay. We are considering that, we are thinking that, we means our teachers as well as your parents also thinking that you are attending the lecture seriously. But if you are doing something else rather listening the lectures, then you are not fooling the these persons, you are fooling yourself. Okay. You are ultimately, you are only the loser in the whole process, not the your parents and not the teachers. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind and try to attend the lecture seriously, and give the response to the questions which have been asked in the lectures. Okay, next condition, unstable equilibrium. Who will tell what is the condition for the unstable equilibrium? Yes. When we call the submerged body is in unstable equilibrium. See, there are certain concepts, you may not get that concepts on YouTube also. You might be thinking that we are not attending, we are missing here, means we will get everything on the YouTube. Okay, but all the times you will not get all the concepts on the YouTube also. Chaitrali has put the answers as when B is below Z. Okay, correct. When B is, yes, Ravi, do you want to say something?
So experience is the net force torque is same direction, displacement for equilibrium.
Now here, it is supposed that you have to give the answers in terms of relative position of B and Z. Okay. So tell me, where will the position of B? Whether it will be below the Z or it will be above Z? Rutuja also has given the correct answer here. Who has given the answer right now? Ravi.
Yes, sir.
I want answer in terms of position of B with respect to Z, where B should be whether above the Z or it should be below Z in case of unstable equilibrium. See, there on screen everything is visible to you. From that figure only, just you have to observe that and you have to tell the answers. Everything is visible to you. You are unable to tell the answers by looking on the screen also. What kind of attention you are having? Only 3 students have given the correct answers. Yes, don't waste the time. Khandagade below Z. above Z. Who is that? Ankita. Ankita, we are talking about the unstable equilibrium. Okay. You have to write, Ravi, you have to write that B below Z, write that. Okay. Just we have written. Yes.
So net problem है
No, if net problem is there, you can use the chat box, chat window. You can put your answer in the chat window. You have put your answers in the chat window, but just you have written there below Z. Below Z means what? What is below Z? Just you have to mention there B is below Z, right? So that will be the correct and whole answer. So just below Z means it will not get some idea from that. What is below Z? Whether it is M or B, we are talking about, right? B is below Z, correct. Ankita now has corrected his, her answer. B is below Z. Now, and what is the third condition for the unstable equilibrium, neutral equilibrium? What will be the position of B and G? See, these questions will be asked in your your university examination. If it is MCQ type examination, then definitely such kinds of question will be there in your MCQ type questions about the position of this B, Z at the same point. Okay. So we can say that, rather we can say the position of B and Z, Z and B coincide with each other. Okay. ते काय होतात एकमेकांवरती coincide होतात. They will coincide. They will occupy the same place. So this was the conditions of the equilibrium for the submerged body. Now let us say, let us see the condition of equilibrium for floating body. Okay, on this particular slide, the explanation whatever we have discussed has been given here, and now we are going to see the conditions of equilibrium for the floating body. Okay, floating body च्या conditions आपण या ठिकाणी बघणार आहोत. Now, to understand the stability conditions of the floating body, yes, anyone want to say something? Okay, no one is there. Now again, the same principle is applicable here. Same principle is what? After giving some disturbance to the floating body, okay, if we use some disturbing force here, apply some force, if that body or the floating object, if it is regaining its original position, then we can say that the body is in stable equilibrium. Okay, and after giving some disturbing moment to that body, if it is not coming back to its original position, then we can say that that is in unstable equilibrium. Okay, and if that body, after giving some moment here, unstable moment, if this body, it is getting displaced from its position to the other position, then we call it as a neutral equilibrium. Okay, are you getting my point? So in this case, unstable equilibrium, this body will tilt like this and it will collapse. जसं की शिप आपण जर बघितली, पाण्यामध्ये शिप जी आहे, होडी आपली असते, ते होडीचा जर सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी, इट इज अ फ्लोटिंग ऑब्जेक्ट, राईट? होडी कशी असते, पाण्यामध्ये फ्लोट करत असते. नाउ दिस स्टॅबिलिटी कंडिशन ऑफ फ्लोटिंग बॉडी, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द रिलेटिव्ह पोझिशन ऑफ एम अँड जी. ओके, जर हा एम हा जीच्या वरती असेल, जोपर्यंत हा वरती आहे तोपर्यंत ही जी शिप आहे, ती शिप या ठिकाणी ऑसिलेट होईल. इट मे ऑसिलेट लाईक दिस. ओके, द शिप मे ऑसिलेट लाईक दिस. ओके, अंटिल दॅट एम इज अबोव जी. पण ज्यावेळेस हा जी जो आहे, एम जो आहे, जीच्या खाली येईल आणि जी वरती जाईल, आणि त्या ठिकाणी जर त्या ठिकाणी ऑसिलेशन होत असतील, then when the moment that m goes below z, that ship is going to get collapse. ती शिप काय होईल या ठिकाणी टिल्ट होईल. ओके, टर्न अराउंड होईल आणि बुडून जाईल पाण्यामध्ये. ओके, हे कधी होईल कंडिशन? हा एम खाली येईल आणि जी कधी वरती जाईल? जी कधी वरती जातो? जी मूव्स टुवर्ड्स द पॉइंट वेअर देर इज अ हेवी वेट. म्हणजे ह्या शिपमध्ये सपोज आपण या ठिकाणी एक पोल लावला, ठीक आहे, या शिपमध्ये काय एक आपण व्हर्टिकल पोल लावला आणि याच्यावरती खूप मोठं वेट आपण ठेवलं असेल, then what is going to happen because of this? The CZ of this particular object is going to shift from this Z somewhere here. याचा G काय होईल? हा इथून इथं वरती शिफ्ट होऊन जाईल आणि M त्या केसमध्ये काय होईल? हा M G च्या खाली येईल. आणि ज्यावेळेस हा M G च्या खाली येईल त्यावेळेस this ship will be in unstable equilibrium condition. ही शिप काय असेल त्यावेळेस? अनस्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम कंडिशन मध्ये असेल आणि याला थोडाही या ठिकाणी जर टिल्ट भेटला, अनस्टेबल मुवमेंट जर याच्यावरती ऍक्ट झाला, देन डेफिनेटली दिस शिप इज गोइंग टू गेट टर्न अराउंड. ही शिप या ठिकाणी कोलॅप्स होईल, पाण्यामध्ये पलटी होईल. ठीक आहे. सो हिअर we will see now why this ship or any floating object, it will be become unstable equilibrium and why it will be in stable equilibrium when m is above z. See in the figure A, which shows the stable equilibrium, there you can observe M, Z and B. Means all these 3 points have been shown here, all are in one point as object is in stable condition. Okay, metacenter, then center of gravity, then center of buoyancy, they are on the same line, they are collinear. Okay, weight and buoyant force, they are collinear, they are acting in the same line but in opposite direction. FB, that is buoyant force, is acting in upward direction, weight is acting in downward direction through the Z. Now here when I give here small displacement, this moment here, unstable movement here, then what is going to happen? This object will tilt somewhat. हा या ठिकाणी काय होईल? थोडा टिल्ट होईल. टिल्ट झाल्यानंतर हा क्लॉकवाईज आपण या ठिकाणी मुवमेंट दिलेला आहे, त्यामुळे हा काय होईल? क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन थोडा टिल्ट होईल. टिल्ट झाल्यानंतर पोझिशन ऑफ एम अँड पोझिशन ऑफ झी इट इज गोइंग टू चेंज. ओके, आणि पोझिशन ऑफ बी इट विल ऑल्सो चेंज. B will shift from B to B1. हा B to B1 या ठिकाणी शिफ्ट होईल आणि हा B1 काय इथून पास होतो? M मधून पास होतो, बरोबर आहे. It always passes through the M and this Z, this weight always acts through the Z. So this is going to form a couple as both have the same weight. We know that floating object, in the floating object, the buoyant force is equal to the weight of the object according to the principle of flotation. We have studied that the weight of the object is equal to the buoyant force. So this is the equilibrium condition, and here we are studying whether it is stable equilibrium condition or unstable equilibrium condition. So now as there is a formation of couple here, now what is the characteristics of this couple, whether it is clockwise couple or it is anti-clockwise couple? Who will tell? Yes, will tell. कोणत्या प्रकारचं कपल आहे? Speak loudly. Who was there?
Clockwise.
See diagram व्यवस्थित बघा आणि उत्तर द्या त्याच्यानंतर.
Anti-clockwise.
It is anti-clockwise ना, because हा वरती आहे आणि हा खाली आहे. हा वरती याला असे शिफ्ट करण्याचा प्रयत्न करेल, हा असं डायरेक्ट या डायरेक्शन ऍक्ट होईल, हा वरती होईल. जर हा असा असेल, हा खाली असेल आणि हा वरती असेल, so it is going to turn the object like this. Okay, this is the clockwise, but the forces are not like that. Forces are showing the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this couple is anti-clockwise couple, and the moment caused by this anti-clockwise couple will be acting anti-clockwise direction. So this is clockwise acting, and the couple moment formed by this couple, it is acting in anti-clockwise direction. So whether this object will come back to its original position or not, or it will tilt further.
Back its original position.
Right. It will again come back because this anti-clockwise moment is there. It is going to push this couple in this object in this direction, and it will regain its original position. ओके, जो टिल्ट आहे तो टिल्ट परत या ठिकाणी काय होईल, निघून जाईल आणि ऑब्जेक्ट हा परत आहे तसा त्या ठिकाणी होईल. देयर विल बी डेफिनेटली मोमेंटम, ऑसिलेशन विल बी देअर. ओके, ऑब्जेक्ट हा पहिल्याच ह्याच्यामध्ये स्थिर नाही होणार, त्या ठिकाणी ऑसिलेशन असतील. लाईक शिप किंवा कुठलाही ऑब्जेक्ट जर पाण्यामध्ये तुम्ही त्याला थोडं टिल्ट दिलं तर तो काय होतो, थोड्या वेळासाठी तो ऑसिलेट होतो पाण्यामध्ये. सिमिलरली दिस ऑब्जेक्ट विल ऑसिलेट बट definitely it will become stable after some time, right? But what about this figure number 2? After giving tilt, now what is happened here? G या ठिकाणी आहे पहिल्या फिगर मध्ये बघा, G खाली आहे आणि M वरती आहे. आता सेकंड फिगर मध्ये G वेट काय केलं आपण, ह्या शिपला किंवा ह्या फ्लोटिंग ऑब्जेक्ट वरती आपण वेट ठेवलेला आहे. त्याच्यामुळे काय झालं, हा सेंटर जो सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी आहे हा खालून वरती शिफ्ट झाला, ठीक आहे, आणि M हा खाली आला. नाउ इन दिस केस M इज बिलो Z, ठीक आहे. नाउ इन दिस केस what is going to happen if I apply a moment here? जर मोमेंट या ठिकाणी क्लॉकवाइज मोमेंट जर या ठिकाणी अप्लाय केला, this object will tilt like this, and because of this tilt there is a formation of couple. The weight is acting through this G, and this M is acting, this buoyant force is acting through M. M is now here. Okay, if I continue this line here and show this arrow like this, you can observe here the couple. So what kind of couple this is, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
It is clockwise. So whether it is countering this effect, त्याला हे काउंटर करेल का क्लॉकवाइज मोमेंटला? It will not counter the effect of this moment, rather it will help to rotate this object further in this direction. Okay, हा पण clockwise आणि हा पण clockwise आहे. So this object, it will not come back to its original position, it will rotate in the clockwise direction only, and that's why it is a unstable equilibrium. So when we call the unstable equilibrium, when the M is below Z. When we call the stable equilibrium, when M is above Z. Okay, so we have to remember this thing that in case of submerged body, याच्या अगोदर जे आपण कंडिशन बघितली होत्या, that were about the submerged bodies. In case of submerged bodies, we were talking about the position of Z and B, and in case of floating body, we are talking about the relative position of M and Z. या दोन याच्या पोझिशन मध्ये आपण या ठिकाणी टॉक करतो, बोलतोय, ठीक आहे. सो इन केस ऑफ स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम, व्हॉट वी कॅन से, द पोझिशन ऑफ M, it should be above Z. Okay, in case of unstable equilibrium, the position of M, it should be below Z, like here in the diagram you can see Z is above, M is below. And what if they coincide? What if the metacenter and center of gravity, they coincide? In that case, this object, it will not tilt. हा त्या ठिकाणी tilt नाही होणार. तो ऑब्जेक्ट काय होईल या ठिकाणी, it will slide like this. आहे त्या पोझिशन मध्ये तो काय होईल, पुढे स्लाइड होऊन जाईल. ओके, जर याच्यावरती आपण जर फोर्स अप्लाय केला तर तो टिल्ट नाही होणार, तो काय होईल, स्लिप होईल या ठिकाणी किंवा स्लाइड होईल. दॅट कंडिशन इज कॉल्ड एज दी न्यूट्रल इक्विलिब्रियम. Okay, so these are the conditions of equilibrium in case of floating body. Now we'll repeat it once again. For the stable equilibrium, what are the positions, relative position of M and Z?
सर कपल चेक कसा करायचा?
आता सांगितलं ना, सियर त्याची डायरेक्शन जी आहे पण ते डायरेक्शन आपल्याला त्याची डायरेक्शनची आयडिया येते त्याच्या ह्याच्यावरून डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फोर्सेस. दिस इज वन फोर्स, बरोबर आहे. हा डब्ल्यू कसा ऍक्ट होतोय, वरून खाली ऍक्ट होतोय, बरोबर आहे. आणि ह्याची हा कोडू कसा ऍक्ट होतोय, खालून वरती. सो दिस टू फोर्सेस आर पॅरलल. ओके, हे दोन कशी फोर्स आहेत, पॅरलल, बट their direction is opposite, so that we can say that this forms a couple. They are separated by certain distance x, let us say x. हे दोन फोर्सची मॅग्निट्यूड पण कशी आहे, सेम आहे. So that's why we are calling it as a couple. It is the W and it is FB. Both are same, but direction is different, and they are acting at two different. Their line of force is different, which is separated by, let us say, x. So the moment here, now here direction कशी करणार आपण या ठिकाणी, याचा एरो खाली आहे म्हणजे ह्या खाली काय करतो, इथून खाली या डायरेक्शन मध्ये पुश करणार. सपोज या ठिकाणी एक काय आहे, सपोज काठी आहे. ओके, देर इज वन वुडन पीस इज देअर. हा फोर्स काय करेल, खाली ओढेल आणि हा फोर्स याला वरती ढकलेल, बरोबर आहे. मग हा रोटेट कोणत्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये होईल, हा या डायरेक्शन मध्ये रोटेट होईल, बरोबर आहे. सो दिस इज द क्लॉकवाईज कपल. त्याच्या उलट जर आपण पाहिलं, जर डायरेक्शन याची खाली असेल आणि याची वरती असेल आणि या ठिकाणी एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट आहे, ठीक आहे, से हियर देयर इज वन रॉड. दिस फोर्स इज ट्राइंग टू पुल इट हियर इन अपोर डायरेक्शन. म्हणजे ही बाजू वरती जाईल आणि ही बाजू काय होईल, या ठिकाणी खाली यायला लागेल. म्हणजे जी रोटेशन कशी असेल या रॉडची, अँटी क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन असेल. ठीक आहे, याच्या डायरेक्शन आपल्याला समजतं की वेदर इट इज क्लॉकवाईज ऑर अँटी क्लॉकवाईज. ठीक आहे. आणि मोमेंट म्हणजे काय, मोमेंट ऑफ कपल म्हणजे इट इज नथिंग बट इट इज द डिस्टन्स प्रोडक्ट ऑफ the magnitude of the one of the force, let us say W, and W multiplied by the distance between these two forces, let us say x. So here you can say Wx is the moment of the couple.
Okay, sir.
Now who will tell me the conditions of stability for the stable equilibrium? Yes, you should try to speak. Many students, they don't speak even even after knowing the answers. Let it be wrong. See, some students put their answers in the chat box, chat window. Stable equilibrium, M is above Z. Unstable equilibrium, M is below Z. Yuvraj Deshmukh, correct. But this answer you should give by unmuting yourself. This will increase your confidence of talking in public.
M is above G in stable equilibrium and M is below G in unstable equilibrium.
Correct. See here how nice it looks when you speak instead of putting your answers in the chat box. Anyone else? Oral communication is the more effective way of communication than the writing. Okay, verbal and non-verbal communication you might have studied or studying there. Verbal communication is we are communicating our thoughts by talking, and non-verbal, am I correct or उलट झाले? जे आपण कम्युनिकेशन करतो by speaking to each other, that will be more effective, or the communication through writing, that will be more effective? If the communication by written thing it is more effective, then why there is a need of taking the lectures? Okay, प्रत्येक जण पुस्तकातलाच अभ्यास केला असता सगळ्यांनी. There are a lot of things are there in the notebooks and in the books. And why is it necessary to attend the lectures? Why to have the verbal communication, right? So the verbal communication had its own advantages. It is more effective way of communication. It is more, we can more effectively transfer our thoughts, our ideas, our knowledge from one person to another person, right? So you should also try to give your answers in the verbal communication. Okay, unless you don't have the network issue. If you have the network issue, then you can choose the chat window for communication. M is above Z and M is below Z, unstable, correct. And for the neutral, what is the condition for neutral equilibrium? M and Z are, they coincide with each other, right? Now, whatever the things we have studied right now in this lecture about the stability conditions of floating and submerged bodies, that can be tabulated in one table. Okay, they can be collectively written like this. So it will be more helpful you while doing study. Okay, so you should write this table in your notebook. Before that, write down the titles of this particular point in your notebook. What was the title of this particular point? Stability conditions of submerged and floating bodies. Stability conditions of submerged and floating body. After writing this title, write down this table. Prepare the table of 3 columns and 4 rows. Give the title of columns: equilibrium condition, then submerged body, and for the floating body. In equilibrium, first column, write down the equilibrium conditions: stable equilibrium condition, unstable equilibrium condition, and last one, neutral equilibrium condition. So whatever we have discussed within this half an hour or more than that, all these things will be here. You can read here within a minute. You will understand everything. जर कन्सेप्ट आपला समजला असेल तर हे आपल्या गोष्टी लगेच लक्षात येतील. So while doing preparation for examination, just you have to look at this table. You have to by heart this condition. You have to remember this, not go on reading all these PPTs or the notes. त्या सगळ्या नोट्स जे आपण एक्सप्लेनेशन बघितलंय ते सगळं वाचत बसायची गरज नाहीये. In case of submerged body, when we call the stable equilibrium, when B is above Z, unstable equilibrium when B is below Z, in neutral equilibrium when B and Z coincide. In case of floating body, when we call it as a stable equilibrium when M is above Z, then unstable equilibrium कधी म्हणतो आपण when M is below Z, and neutral equilibrium आपण कधी म्हणतो ज्यावेळेस M and Z they coincide. Is it over? I want the reply from your side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us solve some more problems here. In the problem, earlier problem which you have solved here, previous problem, just it was simple type of problem where it was not asked to find whether the body is in stable equilibrium or unstable equilibrium, right? Just here it was asked to find out what is the metacentric height, and we have found it. But now here there are some problems or examples are there in which it is asked to also find or examine the stability of the body. Okay, so at that time, by knowing the position of this centers Z, B, and M, we can say that whether the body is in stable equilibrium or not. or it is in unstable equilibrium, right? So let us solve the problem here. Write down this problem. A solid cube of sides, a solid cube of sides 0.5 meter each. Cube has the side, all sides equal, right? That is the property of cube. Like square, square has the all sides same. Similarly, cube has also all sides same. A solid cube of sides 0.5 meter each is made of material of specific gravity 0.5. The cube float in a liquid of specific gravity 0.95. Now the liquid is not water here, it is something different. The cube float in a liquid of specific gravity 0.95 with two of its face horizontal. Find the metacentric height and examine its stability. Find the metacentric height and examine its stability. So first of all, draw the diagram like this, which is seen on the screen. Draw a square. In the front view, you will observe the square. Though it is a cube, but in front view, on two-dimensional figure, it will be looks like a square. And in three-dimensional figure, you can draw the diagram like this. Right. This is again same 0.5 meter. What is asked here? To find out the metacentric height. And after finding metacentric height, if the value of the metacentric height, if it comes positive, what does it mean? That m is above z. Okay, m हा वरती आहे आपण असं त्या ठिकाणी म्हणू शकतो. If this value of metacentric height, if it comes negative, then we can say that m is below z. Okay, आणि ज्यावेळेस m हा वरती असतो, ज्यावेळेस हा मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट पॉझिटिव्ह आहे, म्हणजेच काय m हा वरती आहे, म्हणजेच काय बॉडी इज इन स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम. ज्यावेळेस मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट निगेटिव्ह होते, त्यावेळेस m ची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार? पोझिशन इट विल बी बिलो z. आणि ज्यावेळेस m हा g च्या खाली असतो, त्यावेळेस we can say that it is in unstable equilibrium. Okay, so just we have to find out here metacentric height, and after that, observing that positive or negative value of metacentric height, we can say that whether it is in stable or unstable equilibrium. Okay, so what is the formula for finding the metacentric height? mg is equal to, or gm is equal to I yy divided by v minus bg. This is the formula that we have used. Okay, we have used. So first find out what is the volume of water displaced, then you can find out what is the bg, and then you can further find out the iyy. Okay, to find out the volume of water displaced, you should know what is the depth of immersion, because हे वरची डायमेन्शन तुम्हाला माहित आहे, सेम आहे. ओके, हे 0.5 आहे, हे 0.5 आहे, but depth of immersion, this h should be known to you. Okay, when you get this value of h, you can find out what is the value of this v. Okay, whether the depth of immersion is given in the problem or not. Problem मध्ये दिलेले आहे का depth of immersion? Yes, it is not given. Okay, then how to find out that depth of immersion? So for that purpose, we will use the conditions here. Now, according to Archimedes principle, or you can say it is according to the principle of flotation, the weight of the cube चं जे weight आहे, that is equal to the buoyant force which is acting in a upward direction, right? So what is the weight of the cube? Whether it is given, it is not given.
0.5 into 9810.
Dimensions are given, right? Solid cube of 0.5 meter. So you can find out its volume. याचा आपल्याला volume काढता येईल. Volume of cube is equal to 0.5 cube. 0.5 cube म्हणजे किती आलं? 0.5 चा cube is equal to 0.125 meter cube. This is the volume of cube. Now let me know from your side how to find out the weight of the cube. Cube चे weight कसं काढणार? What is the formula? Weight density multiplied by volume of cube. Whether the weight density of the that cube is given, it is not given. This gamma is not given. What else given? Specific gravity is given. Okay, they have given specific gravity is equal to 0.5. Now tell me, from this specific gravity, can you find out this weight density?
Yes, sir.
Yes, specific gravity is equal to what? It is the weight density of any object divided by weight density of water, right? So weight density of object is equal to specific gravity of the object, that is 0.5, multiplied by weight density of water, that is 9810. So you will get here the weight density of that object. And how it has come? How much? 9810 into 0.5. It has come 4905 Newton per meter cube. Everyone got this value? That is the weight density of the cube. Now, how to find out its weight? Weight कसं काढणार मग? By using this formula. हा जो फॉर्म्युला आपण या ठिकाणी दिलेला आहे, weight is equal to weight density, that is 4905 multiplied by volume, that is 0.125. Find out the weight of the cube. How much it has come? किती आलं? The weight of the cube is equal to
613.125.
4905 into 0.125. 613.125 Newton, and this weight of the object is equal to the buoyant force, right? And this buoyant force is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced, right? Now this 613.125 is equal to weight of the liquid displaced. Here we can say weight density of the liquid multiplied by the volume of liquid displaced. Are you getting my point? What I am writing here? Now, what is the weight density of liquid? They have not given, but they have given the specific gravity. So what I can write here? SL multiplied by gamma W into volume of water displaced is equal to is 613.125. Then this SL, what is SL? It is 0.95 into 9810 into volume of water displaced. So here you will get volume of liquid, not water, volume of liquid displaced. (4905) into 0.125, it has come 613.125, correct? 613.125. Now divided by 9810 divided by 0.95, and here I got the volume as 0.06578 meter cube, right? हे काय भेटलं मला? Volume of water displaced. Now what is this volume of water displaced? How I can write it? I can write it like that: 0.5 into 0.5 into small h. हे small h आपल्याला माहित नाही, ते आपल्याला काढायचं आहे. हे small h काढण्यासाठी आपली एवढी हे आहे कॅल्क्युलेशन आहे. मग या ठिकाणी व्हॉल्यूम किती आलेलं आहे? 0.06578 is equal to 0.5 square. It will be 0.25 into h. So therefore h will be equal to 0.06578 divided by 0.25 is equal to, and I got the value of small h is equal to 0.2631 meter. Has anyone got this value?
Yes, sir.
स्मॉल एच भेटला आपल्याला, कॅपिटल एच आपल्याला माहित आहे किंवा काढता येईल. कॅपिटल एच ची व्हॅल्यू काय असेल?
0.5 meter.
0.5 divided by 2, that will be equal to 0.25, right? No, 0.5 capital H is there. मी तुम्हाला OG ची व्हॅल्यू सांगितली. 0.5 is there, correct? Capital H will be equal to 0.5 आणि small h किती आलेला आहे? 0.2631 meter. Now can we find out what is the value of BZ? BZ काढता येईल आपल्याला नाव. Can we find what is the value of BZ? BZ is nothing but it is capital H by 2 minus small h by 2. So 0.5 divided by 2 minus 0.2631 divided by 2 is equal to, tell me the value of BZ. किती आलं? 0.25 minus 0.2631 divided by 2. It has come 0.1184. So I will clear all these things. Let us go on the next slide, and here the value of BZ. आपण जे V काढलेलं आहे आणि हे V बरोबर आहे का बघा. तुम्ही काढलेलं तुमचे लिहून घेतलं असेल V ची व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही, व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ वॉटर डिस्प्लेस, अँड त्याच्यानंतर आपण काढले आता BZ, करेक्ट. BZ ची व्हॅल्यू बरोबर आहे म्हणजे व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ वॉटर डिस्प्लेस पण बरोबर असणार आहे. 0.1184. म्हणजे आपल्या दोन गोष्टी आता भेटल्या या ठिकाणी. एक म्हणजे व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ वॉटर डिस्प्लेस V पण भेटलं आणि BZ पण भेटलं. आपल्याला अजून काय लागेल? आय वाय वाय हे आपल्याला फक्त राहिलेलं आहे. मग हे काय क्यूब आहे, क्यूब म्हणजेच प्लानमध्ये तुम्हाला काय दिसेल, स्क्वेअर दिसेल, बरोबर आहे. मग स्क्वेअर साठी आय वाय चा फॉर्म्युला काय असेल तो आपण लिहून घेतला आहे, एस ए रेस टू 4 बाय 12. ओके, ए ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे 0.5 रेस टू 4 डिवाइडेड बाय 12. यू विल गेट हिअर द व्हॅल्यू 0.5 raised to 4 divided by 12 is equal to 0.5 5.208 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter raised to 4. This is the value of IYY. Now put that all these values in the equation and find out the answer. Volume of water displays it as 0.06579 minus the value of BZ, yes, 0.1185, and I got here the value of metacentric height at 0.0 minus 0.039. The same value it is written here, so I got the correct answer. This answer and my answer is correct. So we get here the minus sign. So the metacentric height is negative. What does it mean? At last in the answer you have to write down this sentence: negative sign of metacentric height indicates that M is below Z and therefore cube is in unstable equilibrium. Okay, त्याची स्टेबिलिटी कंडिशन काय असेल मग क्यूबची? Cube will be in unstable equilibrium. Is it over? समजलं सगळ्यांना? Those students who remain to do the calculation, do it calculation. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes. Till that I will take your attendance.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I have taken your attendance. Everyone has solved this problem. Is there any doubt in this problem? सहाशे 13.125. What is that? Pranali. See, this step is very important. First of all, हे डायरेक्टली या ठिकाणी मी फॉर्म्युले टाकलेले आहेत. हे मगाशी सोडवताना मी तुम्हाला व्यवस्थित सोडवून दिलेलं आहे. हाऊ टू फाइंड आउट द वेट ऑफ द क्यूब. स्टेप लिहायच्या ऐवजी तुम्ही वेट ऑफ द क्यूब अगोदर फाइंड आउट करून घ्या. See, remaining problems, all other problems are similar to this problem. Okay. Let us move ahead. This is the problem which was asked in university examination in December 2018. for 5 marks. Write down the problem. Wooden block of specific gravity. Wooden block of specific gravity 0.75 floats in water. Floats in water. If the size of the block is 1 meter by 0.6 meter by 0.5 meter, find its metacentric height. Find its metacentric height. The longer side is the length which has been shown in the figure. Plan वरती आहे आणि खाली front view त्याचा. Point 0.6 is the width, 0.5 is the height. See, from the given data, you can find out what is the weight of the block. Can you find out the weight of the block? Yes, who will tell me how to find out the weight of the block? Many times we have discussed about it now, till date. You have been given the specific gravity of the block and the dimensions of the block. And how to find out the weight of the block? कोण सांगेल? Yes, anyone?
Weight density of that block is equal to weight of volume upon volume. मग weight is equal to density of block into volume of block.
Correct. But here density is not given, so directly we can write how to find out the density.
Specific gravity of block is equal to weight density of block upon weight density of water.
Weight of the block is equal to here specific gravity into gamma w into volume is equal to specific gravity. How much it is? 0.75 into 9810 into volume of the block. It is a cube 1 by 0.6 by 0.5. Right? You will get the weight of the block. How much it has come? 0.75 into 9810 into 0.6 into 0.5 is equal to 22,000. .5 Newton. Is it the same you are getting? Have you got the same answer? Then this weight is equal to the buoyant force acting in upward direction. And this buoyant force is nothing but it is the weight of the water displaced. Right? स्टेप्स व्यवस्थित लिहून घ्या. मी तुम्हाला दुसऱ्या स्क्रीनवरती व्हाईट बोर्डवरती तुम्हाला स्टेप्स लिहून देतो. म्हणजे तुम्हाला बाकीचे प्रॉब्लेम सोडवताना पण तुम्हाला त्याच्यात मदत होईल. Weight of block is equal to buoyant force. Weight of the block is equal to weight of liquid displaced. So note it down in your notebook. लिहून घ्या हे. Weight is equal to weight of the liquid displaced. So here we can say it is equal to the weight density of the liquid multiplied by the volume of liquid displaced. Because weight density is equal to weight of the liquid divided by volume of the liquid. So here again gamma L is given here. It is gamma W actually, or we can see here gamma W. So gamma W is equal to WW upon P. So it will be 9810 into this. Weight of the block कसं काढलं is equal to weight density of block multiplied by volume of block, right? Weight density of block कसं काढलं specific gravity of block into gamma W into VB आपल्याला W भेटलं. W. So volume of water displaced will be equal to W divided by 9810. You will get in meter cube. Okay. Then small h, V is nothing but it is area in plan into small h. Therefore, small h is equal to volume divided by area in plan. Okay. So what is the volume? जे काय आले ते volume या ठिकाणी टाकून द्यायचं. Area in the plan L into B. Find out करायचं टाकायचं या ठिकाणी. You will get the value of small h. V ची व्हॅल्यू आपण या ठिकाणी ऑलरेडी भेटलेली आहे. You will get the small value here, right? Then you can find out the BZ, capital H by 2 minus small h by 2, right? Then put this value of, then find out IYY. Apply the same formula and put all these values in that formula. Which formula? ZM is equal to IYY divided by V minus BZ. This is the logic behind solving the problem. हे सगळ्यांना समजलं की प्रॉब्लेम सोडायचं खूप सोपं आहे. हे सगळे व्यवस्थित लिहून घ्या नोटबुक मध्ये. Time is about to finish. Those students who have solved the problem, who have written this step, you can leave the session. I have taken your attendance. Yes, is it over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone got the answer? What is the answer for this problem? Have you got the value of GM is equal to 0.0175 or different? Put your answers in the chat box. Those students who have solved the problem, you can put your answers in the chat box. Those students who have not yet solved the problem, you can solve it afterwards, but write down the steps. The steps लिहून घ्या. So time is over. Do it fast. Or take the screenshot. तुमच्या फोन मध्ये दिसत असेल तर त्याचा स्क्रीनशॉट काढा आणि ते नंतर लिहून घ्या. Have you taken the screenshots? Okay, should I close the session now? Don't put the roll number in the chat window. I have taken a screenshot of your attendance. Not necessary to put the roll numbers in the chat window. I suppose that everyone has written the steps or taken the screenshot of it. And with these assumptions, I close this window here. Should I close this now? Is it over? Okay. Now I will close this. Thank you everyone for your patience listening. Now I will close the session. Thank you everyone.